Today you start forecasting for the 2018-19 school year, so that means you're going to pick your classes for next school year. The first step in doing that is your credit check sheet. So each of you should have this purple sheet from your tutorial teacher, and you will each have a copy of your own transcript. It looks something like these. If you are currently a 9th grader, your transcript will probably look kind of similar to this. The first thing you can do, no matter what grade you're in, is check all your information at the top. All these things that I have blacked out over here is address, birthday, parents, guardians. If any of that seems like it's incorrect, make a note on your transcript and come talk to Miss Canan in the counseling office so that you can get the paperwork to fix that. You can also see your cumulative GPA at the top, your class rank, what class you're in. This is the 9th grader class of 2021. You can even see absences and all that stuff. If you are a 10th grader, your transcript is a little bit different though because you have more classes, obviously. Again, check your name, all of those things. Everybody should have this box on their transcript. Those are your graduation requirements, so you can easily review what is required to graduate high school, what you have completed so far, and then what you are deficient or what you have left to do. And if you are currently a junior, again, it's going to look very similar, but you'll have a few more sections because you have completed more of your high school. So first thing you want to do when you're completing your credit check sheet is look at your transcript and look at the little codes, 2-letter codes that are next to each class, and match those up with the 2-letter codes from this credit check sheet. So you'll see each section has a different 2-letter code. English is LA, Language Arts, Social Studies, SS, Social Studies, and so on. Each section has that little code, and that's how you're going to check these things off on your credit check sheet. So if you're a current 9th grader and you happen to have something from Brixner on your transcript, it's just some weird computer error that's happening, go ahead and put an X over that and give it back to your tutorial teacher. Miss Canan will go back and take that off. It's not giving you any credit, you'll see, and it's not hurting you at all in the meantime. Just a weird thing that we'll fix eventually. You'll see your first semester classes here. So this particular student had foods and they got a C, so they earned a half a credit. What you need to do is look for the AL section on your credit check sheet right here, Applied Learning Electives. This person would write in foods, and then you can check it off because you got credit. Then you would keep going down the list. The next one is manufacturing tech. They got a D and they got credit, so they would write that in this AL section again. Same thing with Auto 1, they got credit for that AL section. You'll see English right here, English 1, Semester 1. LA, it matches up with this section here, but this student did not pass that class. You see they had an F and they had 0 credit, so they wouldn't mark it off on their sheet. Only mark off classes that you have credit for. In the end, you'll see all the classes that you have credit for towards graduation, and then you'll see what you have left to do still. So this 9th grader doesn't have credit for English 1, so when they plan their classes for next year, they would plan to retake that class. Then you keep going down the list. If you're a 9th grader, it's going to be pretty easy and quick because you only have 1 semester of classes. Mark off everything that you have done. And you'll also see on your transcript your current classes that you're in right now. You don't have any credit because you're not done with them. You can choose to do this however you want to. I think what's easiest is if you just mark off everything that you're in now and just plan to pass them, because there's really no reason for you to fail at your classes. Mark them all off, and then you'll see what you have plan to have done by the end of this school year, and then you'll be able to see what you should do next school year. Now, sophomores, I have a couple more sections, so it'll take you a little bit longer and you'll have a little bit more marked off on the sheet. Same thing again with juniors. You'll have a couple more semesters to mark off, and then hopefully most of you juniors, since you'll be seniors next year, you'll see that a lot of the bare minimum requirements will be marked off. You won't have a lot left that you have to do. You'll just have what you choose to do. A couple of questions, common questions we get when people are checking off their transcript is foreign language. Do you have to have foreign language to graduate high school? The answer is no, but a reason why you might take foreign language at least 2 years is for 4-year colleges. So quickly I'll reference this curriculum guide. You should have copies of this in your room. Right inside page 2 is our graduation requirements. So you'll see how these requirements match up really well with what is on this credit check sheet, and you'll see when I'm talking about foreign language how it is not required, but if you plan to go to a 4-year college, and that would be somewhere like Oregon Tech or University of Oregon or Boise State, you know, even out-of-state colleges require at least 2 years of foreign language. So if you're in Spanish 1 now, I would highly recommend doing Spanish 2, so you have that option open to you. Same thing with German. If you haven't finished German 2 yet, try to finish that before you get done with high school. It'll make it a little easier for you once you go to apply to colleges later on. You'll be happy that you did that. Another frequently asked question for all you juniors that will be seniors is, do I have to do senior seminar? Yes, you do. The main part of senior seminar is your senior project. You'll see that you do get credit for your senior project, and you get credit for each semester of senior seminar. When you look at your credits or at your transcript, you'll see that there's a CE section. Many people are a little bit confused. What that is your senior project. So this is required for high school graduation, and the way you're going to get that done is in senior seminar, and that is already on your forecasting sheet for you. One more thing to cover really quickly on the credit check sheet is at the bottom. You'll see all this information about essential skills, and you're wondering, what do I have to do with that? You don't have to do anything with that today. You do have to meet your essential skills in order to graduate high school. Juniors, you'll be taking Smarter Balance testing real soon. If you score well enough on those tests, you'll meet the essential skills for writing, reading, and math. If you score below the cutoff mark for those 3 areas, you'll end up doing work samples next year in 12th grade and an ELA lab and the applied math lab. Either way, you'll get those essential skills done for graduation. The easiest way is to score well on the Smarter Balance, so I'd recommend that you try hard to do that, and then you'll be able to meet those skills. But for today, you don't need to mark anything down here. So once you're all done with that, keep this for your forecasting. Keep your transcript with you for forecasting, and then we'll start that next.